It's a phone number that's used quite often.
About 13,000 calls came to Nebraska through the Lifeline last year.
And it's a number Jennifer Moffitt says helps people when they need it the most.
These are people that are seriously thinking about taking their own life.
The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline works every day to change lives. And in the future, a potential change to the number may happen.
When people need that number, they're in crisis and they're not thinking clearly. So they need something very simple to remember to call to get help.
Instead of the 1-800 number, it would be 3 digits. 988.
If we have something similar for a suicide crisis line, it's going to be much more accessible for the general public and for those people in need.
Anyone who calls 988 would be routed to the established National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
The FCC voted to approve the change. Now it's on to lawmakers to pass it. But questions remain on if states like Nebraska are ready for the switch.
If the volume increases significantly again, and it has over the last several years, the call centers may not be able to support it as well as they do today.
According to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, Nebraska answered 72% of Lifeline calls made within the state in 2018. The other 28% were answered by a backup national call center to help with call volume. And a shorter number that's easier to remember could mean more calls for those centers that already have seen a 70% jump since 2016.
We need to make sure that our crisis centers are fully staffed and fully supported and fully funded.
The change would also cost money, but the blueprints are already laid for it.
The hotline itself and the infrastructure nationally already exists, and so that's a huge benefit we have.
Suicide prevention groups continue to push for more funding from the government and other sources for the update to make things a little bit easier for those in the hardest of times.
It's absolutely necessary and absolutely needed.
In Omaha, John Madden, 3 News Now.
If the House and Senate pass the bill and the president signs it, it's estimated the change will take about 18 months. The 1-800 number is still active. If you or someone you know is in need of help, call that helpline, 1-800-273-8255.